everybody, my name is Matthew Reinhart. Welcome to the Pop-Up Studio. I'm a pop-up book creator, I'm a children's book author and illustrator, I'm a papercraft enthusiast, and I want to welcome you to my channel. The season is starting, right? Halloween, you go to all the stores, you go to like Target, you go to everywhere. As soon as the summer ends and all the back to school stuff, bam, it's Halloween. I swear when I went like back in July, they were starting up the Halloween stuff. So it's here, and it's probably one of my favorite holidays of the year. It's really like the push, and it's because of Nightmare Before Christmas. I kind of like, it's Halloween Christmas all the way through. And so we were gonna start doing some Halloween crafts, and we got a big one this time. It's a big paper craft. It's not a pop-up, but it is huge. So, I always love, decorating for the Halloween season. And those skeletons that you see that you can buy, well, now you can make your own. And this one isn't just like the normal ones where they're flat. And this one actually has 3 dimensions. So all you need are a few metal brads to use for the articulation. And you need about 15 pieces of cardstock. Because this thing, you can make it from just 8.5 by 11 pieces of cardstock. Can you believe that? Any color you want, you can decorate it. Anyway, so this is our big Halloween decoration Skelly. He's about 4, or she is about 4 feet tall. So it even has like some 3 dimensions. You can put stuff, you could even put brains inside here. Anyways, this is what we're gonna make this week. And I gotta tell you, it's really cool. We're gonna have a lot more Halloween crafts coming, and we're gonna have Christmas crafts. It's gonna pretty much be Halloween and then Christmas. And I'll keep you updated on what Halloween costume I'm gonna do this year. Anyways, but we're gonna get started for decorating for Halloween, and we're gonna make this skeleton together. So get your cardstock. Now there's a template down below. So you gotta download the template. They're PDFs. You download them, print them out onto the cardstock, and then we'll cut them out and build them all together. You ready? Let's get started. Boo! All right, here we are. We've got all of our templates printed out onto cardstock. So what are we gonna do? We need a ruler. We need something to score lines. We use typically a knitting needle, or you can use a large paper clip. We need a cutting tool like an X-Acto knife or scissors, glue, and we're gonna need some metal brads, okay? So first we start the scoring, and you know what we do. We press down with the scoring tool, whether it's a big paper clip or that knitting needle, and we kind of press along all the dotted lines. That's what we do. So we're gonna do that on all these different pages, and then we're gonna cut out all the pieces, and there's a lot of pieces, so it's gonna take a little while. So put on some music, put on something to entertain yourself while you're cutting out all those pieces. We're gonna cut them all out, and sometimes it's hard to get inside those extra pieces, so take your time cutting everything out. Don't cut yourself. Now we're gonna pre-fold all of those scored lines, all the dotted lines, all the places where we scored earlier, and it makes it really easy to fold everything because we've already scored it, right? So it's super easy, and this is just like we're telling the paper, hey, this is the direction you need to go. So let's start assembling. Let's start with these 2 pieces. This is gonna be the back of the head. We're gonna put some glue in this area right here, and we're gonna line it up, and you're gonna see that the shape sort of lines up really, really well. So that's the back of the head. So we're gonna glue the head pieces onto that. In fact, let's make the head. Okay, so there's the 2 parts of the skull. So this tab here, I'm gonna put some glue on it, and we're going to put it behind. And you see that flat area right there? That should align exactly to the edge of that fold. Well, first we're gonna, forgot this. See this little pie shape, this little triangular tab here? We're gonna glue it to itself just like that. So that gives our skull head a little bit of dimensional. And this next tab, we're gonna glue behind just like we did the other side. So now it sort of puckers out the skull, the top part of the skull. Let's do the same here. Let's put this, see this glue tab here? It's kind of a pie shape. I'm hungry for pie now. We're going to glue it to itself just like that, the other side. And then we're gonna put some glue on this tab here and glue it to the bottom. And see this flat area right there on the back of the head piece? We're gonna glue it to that side. And that way the jaw is separate from the rest of the head. Now, I do want to say, if you want to decorate this and color all of the different bones and everything, just be real careful. You could decorate it before, or you can decorate it after. But see, it's nice and 3D, and we can put some art behind those eyeballs later on if we want to. All right, now let's do the rib cage. So see that big gray line there, that's where that's gonna line up, and these rib cage pieces are gonna fold over and glue to themselves, just like that. So those tabs are gonna glue to each other on the inside. So let's glue these two tabs together first. This is the rib cage tab. And they sort of glue together, and they're on the inside of the rib cage. We don't want them on the outside, we want them inside, so that'll keep it from sort of caving in. And we want our rib cage to be like 3D, so it's gonna stick out a little once we glue the main body parts together. So there's the rib cage. And you can see it almost mirrors itself. And then our next thing is, see this gray area? We're gonna put some glue on that gray area. You're gonna need a lot of glue for this project. See, it glues all the way up and down, just like that. And then we're just gonna glue it, and we're gonna line up that edge. That gray shape will help us line up the edge. So that is the back of the skeleton right there. All right, so there's the middle of our body. Now we need to glue together, this is the pelvis, and our legs are gonna attach down there. This is gonna attach at the bottom of the rib cage. See right there? It sort of matches up, and that goes on the bottom of it, just like that. It's gonna be nice and strong. And then we're going to glue this second pelvis piece, which will double it up. And we're putting glue everywhere. Oh, almost ran out of glue. Gotta add some more glue. And then we're gonna glue this right on top. Look at that. So it's nice and white. Now you can make your skeleton any color. You can make an orange skeleton, but now it hides those template lines that we made. Okay, so we made the middle body. Now let's make the legs. All right, so these are the pieces for the legs. All right, these two go together, and these two go together, like that. So we're gonna put some glue on these gray areas right here. And what do you think we're gonna do? I don't know, Matthew. We glue it right like that. We glue it to itself. And hey, see that piece right there? That's the other part of the leg bone. I'm gonna make sure that's glued to itself as well. So we're gonna fold this over. We're gonna fold that over. And what we're gonna kind of do is we're gonna fold it over and sort of bow it out. So it's bowed out, those bones bow outward, they're kind of curved. We're gonna put some glue on this side, right here. We're gonna turn it, and it goes over onto itself. So see how it glues over onto itself? And the other fold will stop you. It goes exactly where the fold starts. So see how that goes? Right now what I'm doing is just kind of flattening the inside so that it glues flat. Sometimes you can stick like a ruler or the edge of the scissor or something in there to make sure that it flattens down. So that's how the leg should look, the lower leg. And we're gonna do the same for both sides, so both legs. So we're just gonna speed through that real quick so you can see how that all happens. But you build it this exact same way. We're gonna be doing this motion actually of bowing out those bones a lot more. So this is the forearm, and we're gonna glue it kind of like we did before. We're gonna put a lot of glue on this area, fold it over, glue it onto itself, onto that flat area. And then we're gonna use, some sort of tool. You could use a pencil, you could use, your ruler. And we're just gonna, what I'm doing there is pressing down that piece that we glued in place. See that rectangular tab? We're just pressing it down because sometimes if you don't press down the paper with the glue, it doesn't stick right. So that's we're sticking it in there. And there we have two forearms. Look at that. Now we're gonna do the upper leg, the upper thighs. So let's see, these all go together. First these two. We're gonna put some glue in this gray area, just like before. So we're doing the same thing over and over again, but we're, doing different body parts. So these are the upper legs, the thighs, gluing it to itself so it makes it a bigger piece, because those thighs are longer than 8.5 by 11, so we had to separate them out. And then again, like we did before, we sort of bow out, so you're gonna see that middle part with the ends of the bone there, those are kind of gonna round out and bow outward after we put all this glue on this big rectangular tab. And that rectangular tab is gonna glue back onto itself, just like that. And then again, we'll just stick this in there and we'll just flatten that paper down because we can't get in there sometimes with our fingers. Unless you had like super long fingers like E.T. or something, you could do it. And we're gonna do the same thing for the other thigh piece. It's exactly the same thing, just the opposite way. So glue it together, we fold these in, and then we're going to put some glue on this one rectangular tab, and then we're just gonna glue it to itself, just like that. So see how it's bowed outward, so it kind of looks like a round bone? And we're gonna do the same for the upper arm, the last bits. So this is the upper arm, and see how we sort of curved out that middle wider piece. So now it's really easy. See, we just glue it into place. And again, we use our tool to press down the paper on the inside of our, it's like a half tube. We've made like a half tube. You like how I say tube? Say that real funny. Tube. Anyways, so here we go. We have the upper arms all built. Now we're gonna take these metal brads. You can get these in any store, like office store. Let's put together, okay, here are the hand pieces. So we're gonna use, see these holes that we have? We're gonna put the brad through one hole, and then we're gonna put the brad through this hole. This is where the wrist is, see, just like that. And then we're gonna spread out the brad and tighten it up. So that way we have some articulation on all, see the hand moves. And there's some little folds on the hands. If you wanted to, you could even curve those fingers. You know, sometimes we've done that before where we take a pencil and we curve the paper. You could do that too. And see, we're gonna use this brad to connect the elbow to, well, that's the elbow. We're gonna connect the lower arm, the forearm to the upper arm. So there we go, there's one arm. Let's do the other arm. Connected with brads. So look at that, we got two arms. But you can see they're articulated. Let's get to those legs. There's the lower legs, there's the thighs. We're gonna put the brad through. This is where the knee joint is going to be. And then we're gonna press it through both holes. That's the lower hole in the thigh. And there you go, there is the leg. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. So just those two joints for the knee on the leg pieces. All right, now let's connect the head to the upper body. So it's really easy. You just see this area right here. We're just going to glue it. We're gonna put some glue on the area, and then we're gonna line it up, and you can see that it just goes directly on the top of the shoulders here of our skeleton. All right, so now the main body is all put together. So let's put the legs on. We're gonna use another brad. So let's count. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 brads that you're gonna need to use. So 8 metal brads, and you're just gonna stick it through the hole on the top of the thigh, and then through the pelvis and the hip right there. So there we go. There's our articulated legs. And you know, what we do with the brad is you put the brad through the hole, and then after you've got it through both pieces, then you spread the brad at the back of the skeleton. So there's those. We're connecting the arms at the shoulders just like this. There's holes up there. And you can have the top of the shoulders come out in front of the rib cage if you want. So look at that. We have made our skeleton. We've built the entire skeleton for our design. Look at that. And now, look at this. I'm putting it on the front door here. Alrighty, here we go. Look at our skeleton. He's so cool. It's so funny. So we did a little decorating. I added some paper, like darker paper inside. You could use markers, crayons, whatever you want to decorate up your Halloween posable skeleton, skelly, as I like to call him. Look at that nice 3D head, and look at those bones on his arms and his legs. Oh, that's so cool. So here we go. Here it is, posed on the front door, ready for trick-or-treaters. I'm so scary and spooky, but I'm your friend. So hey everyone, did you enjoy making this craft, this Halloween craft with us, this Halloween skeleton hanger for your door? I hope you did. It was really fun for me. I love big crafts. I love to make big things that we can decorate with, and Halloween is the best season of all to get decorated because of all the spooky stuff. So we've got a lot more coming, trust me. On your way out, would you do me a favor? Would you hit that like and subscribe button? I know it's annoying for me to ask, but it really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. It gets our videos out there, and it helps get me to come back here and make more videos. So I thank you very much. And feel free to comment below and let me know what you like, what you don't like. You know, all that engagement, it really helps me cater the content to you. So everything I do here is because of you, and I thank you and I love you. This is Matthew Reinhardt, reminding you to be kind to a stranger. Oh, hi, it's nice to meet you. Be kind to a stranger. Think creatively, think outside the box. You know, that's how we're gonna get through all the problems in the world. We're gonna figure it out. And remember to keep it poppin'. Happy Halloween. The season is just starting. Woo! See you next time.